The project Artmademan is funded by the European Agency for Culture and Education within the Lifelong Learning Programme for Adults, Grundtvig. The project aims to experiment and develop an innovative methodology combining art and dance movement therapy with craft techniques to empower disadvantaged people, making them learn transversal relationship communication skills and professional skills in handicraft. The beneficiaries are mainly disadvantaged people chosen in each country of the project due to local priorities. They are people with psychological disorder, with physical disadvantage, migrants, ethnic minorities, and women in difficulty, most of them because they have lost their job. The partnership is composed by partners from several countries in Europe. In Italy, the Stamat, the lead partner, Art Therapy in Italy, ATI, and Relegat, a social cooperative. We have three other training experimenting partners that are CRISISM in Poland, SIF, Social Innovative Fund in Lithuania, and Eurotraining in Bulgaria. Then there is the University of East Anglia from UK and DOT from Spain. The partnership is experimenting the new methodology in Italy, Poland, Bulgaria and Lithuania. The experimentation will be concluded in June, and for September we will have the complete handbook on the new methodology. In September it will be held also the final event that will show all the handicraft produced during the experimentation and will present the handbook with all the tips, the information to reproduce this kind of therapy. Also a wiki will be developed that will be really a help for professionals and other people that will like to implement this kind of therapy.
Hello, and I'm Haya Dejani from the Norwich Business School at the University of East Anglia in Britain, the United Kingdom.
And I'm Louise Humphries, and Haya and I have been working on the empowerment framework for the ArtmadeMan project.
First of all, the ArtmadeMan methodology is informed by the framework, the empowerment framework, as Louise just said, and it was developed to be implemented with different marginalised and socially excluded groups in Italy, in Bulgaria, in Poland and Lithuania.
I can describe the groups. Okay. Yeah. The client groups. The groups of people that the methodology is being experimented on range from women, migrant, newcomers and migrants to Italy, people with a physical disability, people with a mental disability. We've included men, we've included women, and it varies by each partner member of the and location.
Yeah. And the way it runs, it's got three different components. Each component is already informed by existing methodologies and ones that have been found to be very therapeutically beneficial to excluded populations. So the first component is the dance movement, and this one allows the participants to gain a better awareness of their space and of their body and of their non-verbal communication. The second one is the art therapy, and through this the participants are able to again gain a better understanding of their self-expression and their inner selves. And then the third one is the handicrafts, where after they feel much better about themselves and are better empowered through the dance and the art, they can then create handicrafts which communicate their identity. That's their social identity and their self-identity. And that particular component is the one where they feel a real sense of empowerment, and that they're producing products that they can sell and also communicate a bit of that identity to others. Do you want to add something about that?
No, it's just, well, the only thing that I would add, that it's all part of the journey in terms of progression towards independent living, which for many of the participants of the programme or the recipients of the therapies is one of the outcomes that we're looking for in the long term.
And traditionally, many of these groups will have received only one of these approaches. They would have been recipients of either dance or art or handicraft activity. But what the AMM does is bring all three together and offer them to the same target populations or client groups, and it does so in a sequential process. So they do the dance first, then the art, then the handicrafts in all the participating partner locations. And this is how we have come up with this integrated approach that improves empowerment.
And the useful things in terms of the diversity of these target groups is that as we're going through the process of the experimentation, we're capturing feedback from the participants themselves, but also for trainers. So the kind of ultimate output from the project in terms of guidelines for trainers once this project is finished is that within those guidelines we can prescribe useful techniques that will facilitate trainers trying to deliver these therapies in the different target groups. For example, in Italy, where they've been working with some of the migrant women, childcare has been a real issue. So actually, by providing a childcare facility, it's enabled women to access the therapy which they wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. And for different groups of people, it's really important that the room and the environment where the therapy is being delivered is tailored to their needs as well. And that will all be written out for the guidelines. So it'll be a very comprehensive methodology that will be a guideline manual that will be available to be used at the end of the project.
And we've been very, very excited by being part of the implementation of this integrated methodology in the various cultural contexts through the partner organizations that are part of the AMM project. And thank you to the EU for giving us this opportunity.
Actually, culture's quite good because you talk about diversity of groups, but we've also been working with different cultures, different languages. And the other thing that goes behind all this is the different kind of welfare support for the different groups of people, which varies massively between the different member states. So, understanding that process and what support is already available and how this methodology kind of drops on top of that welfare support that's already existing.
And we're going to have a big event in Bologna in September, where everybody's very welcome to come and see the output of this project.
Okay, hello, my name is Hubert Pora and I'm representing a Polish partner. I'm working in National Advisory Union of Cooperatives for Invalids and for the Blind. So we're mainly working with a lot of disabled people which are employed in those cooperatives. In this project, we are one of the partners implementing the methodology. As a target group, we choose the disabled people. Most of our participants are mentally disabled people.
Okay.
We choose this type of disability because it need a special attention. It is not easy target group, I think. It was probably a lot of other type of disability which was easy to work with, but we choose the hard way of trying to establish a new tool for rehabilitation for those kind of people. And we find those people really enjoyable for to implement the new methodology. Of course, some of the elements of integrated approach which was invented or proposed for us from Italian partners, we already know, but only as elements. But in the one whole process, which means the art therapy, dance therapy in workshops, it could be very interesting. As I say, it only could be interesting because we are after the first phase of the methodology, and first is the dance therapy workshops. We have completed 7 workshops, and all the participants were really enjoyable about it, what was happening, and we used the methodology which our trainers have learned on the workshop meeting, which was led by Polish side and was leading by Italian partners. And some knowledge we acquired there we used in our session. We also got scenarios which were very helpful to run every session. In Warsaw we were working with 3 groups of disabled people. The groups consist of maximum 12 person. It is maximum amount it is possible to work with, because these are disabled people, so it is important to take at least 2 trainers. And our participants during these workshops have been encouraged by the trainers to trying to express their feeling by using the body movement, the body gesture or something similar, because they have some troubles with expressing their feeling in vocabulary way. It was very important to have as much as a little group as possible, because it's essential for the being in a way of relaxing those people. If they are relaxed, they would like to express their feeling very easily, and it took some time to make those people to act as themselves. The trainers encouraging those people to use various movements, like a direct one, like a quick one, a slow one. Sometimes the music was the main factor of activity. Sometimes without the music. It was important to give those people some fresh ideas how to express this feeling. Not always. It was sometimes, for example, for the trainers, some new learning of the methodology. And the people which are working for needs special attention, and they were really enjoyed after the meeting. After the first 7 sessions, we are going to move to the next stage, which is the art therapy. And I think I'm very happy to see the future exercises with the therapy, and we have some experience in that field. I hope also the participant will enjoy the art therapy exercises as much as we think, and after this we're going to complete the second stage. I think the integrated approach after the 1, 2 and 3 stage will make the complete stages of this project. What I would like to add about my group, I think it's very important to make a personal contact with those people.